This is Mycelium, the grit of the earth. My name is Ida Henrikson.
And why did you choose to portray mycelium?
It was my inspiration for this new series because a friend of mine told me about it. Said, Mary, you're already painting it. Why don't you find out what it is? So he handed me a book and I read it.
And what is mycelium?
Mycelium is the tendrils that live under the moss. In this forest, particularly, we're very lucky to have it everywhere. But it is the root system for the mushrooms we see.
And so you tend to paint in vibrant colors, I have noticed, and portray trees. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
About the colors?
Yes.
Why do I paint in vibrant colors?
Yeah.
Because I can. Because I have experience with the colors. But if you look at them, there's a lot of underpainting. I put most of the vibrant color under the paintings that appear. If you were to look at some of the paintings, you would think them quite dark, until you see the resting spot for your eye, and that's usually at a place of interest, which is color. Some of the colors are several shades of the same color. For example, alizarin crimson, pyrrole red, cadmium red. Mix those three together, not mix them together, but paint them on top of each other and you'll get a depth of red, which makes it more vibrant, and that's what makes them vibrant.
This piece that's behind you, you mentioned was the mother tree. Can you tell me about that piece?
It's the last painting I did in the series, and it's I'm reading a book called Finding the Mother Tree by an instructor or a professor at the University of British Columbia. And she wrote the book, and there are trees in the forest that educate the other trees, and that's why it's called the mother tree. They speak to each other just as the mycelium speaks to the forest around it. It communicates the availability of nutrients, the availability of water, where this is, where that is, who's walking through the forest right now.
So tell me about where you got this template from. You have a prop today that you brought to show us the template.
I found a mat board, 16 by 20 inch mat board with all the little family portraits. Mid-century mat board that shows all the family portraits in these little windows. It's pre-cut. I used that for a template, and the result is on the east wall, or the south wall of the show.
There is a painting behind you that you painted from Settler's Cove.
Yes,
Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
If you climb up, it's off the loop trail. It's from a drawing I did from the third bench off the beach loop trail. I climbed up there and I looked down and I could see all the hemlock and the second growth, or actually I think it's third growth hemlock, because there used to be a village there. And you can see clover paths through the trees. You can see Benton Island through the trees, and you can look over it into Beam Canal. And it's a study of that forest that evolved naturally, but doesn't really quite look natural because of its jumble. And it's continuing jumbling because blowdowns, windfalls, and then when I learned about mycelium, well then that explained an awful lot. So I show an awful lot of what's going on under the forest.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mary.
You bet.